This conference will now be recorded.
2025-02, without restrictions on establishments selling cannabis. What you got?
I didn't bring it up.
Oh, you did?
So the council had decided that in light of the bill going into effect, they wanted to take whatever action we could to limit or at least control cannabis establishments within the town limits. And the only thing that we were allowed to absolutely prohibit was establishments that sell food or drinks containing cannabis. So like how some bars are having drinks that contain it. So that is the first part of the ordinance.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks. And then the second part of it, thank you. The second part was that licensed cannabis dispensaries may not be located within 1/2 mile of each other. The standard that the bill is putting into effect is 500 feet. It's like 500 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 1,000. You're right. So we are allowed to push that to 1/2 of a mile. So that's the second part, and then the final part that we were able to do is to require dispensaries to only operate within certain districts or certain zones of the town. And we are implementing that they must be within the general commercial district, which essentially is the Easter Day property area and where Vanish and Branded are. So that one, like basically on the far end of town. And then I think there's a little bit of general commercial that's in the middle, but it's mostly the far ends of town. So, which honestly, I mean, I'm not opening a dispensary, but in my mind, those would be the only ones that make sense. Anyway, you wouldn't want it on Main Street where there's no parking or anything, so.
Well, plus they have restrictions for churches, nurseries, daycares, and
Yes.
that would be another way they wouldn't be allowed to be in the.
They can't be, they have to be.
Well, that's all
away
part
from
of the-
school and
Yeah.
so
We
far away
couldn't
from
change,
parks.
the only thing we could do was allow them to be closer
Right.
to
Yeah.
those places, I think.
No, we don't want anything close to the schools or to parks.
And if you have restrictions on establishments that sell alcohol or alcoholic products, the cannabis restrictions have to be comparable. And as far as I could tell, and I asked Drew, you know, if his perusing had reduced anything, and it hadn't. So we don't really have anything in writing on bars or liquor stores. So there was nothing really to be comparable to. We just need to keep in mind in the future if for some reason we would pass an ordinance restricting bars or liquor stores, that the cannabis would have to be similar or less stringent. Essentially, the guy at the state said, they're coming, you have to allow for them to come, you know, just can only limit them so much. You have to be flexible with them. You can't impose restrictions that make it really impossible for them to come here. If that makes sense.
So how far can they be from the parks? Things like that, was that 500 feet?
I think that was 300 or 500 feet. It's from places like parks, places of worship, community centers, which in our case is the
Okay,
park.
but there's no way they could be down here in that building, the old bank building. You know, when they could be in there.
I don't think so, no. Well, and it's not a general commercial district, I don't think.
But that's, a lot of people were worried about that when they were talking to me about it.
I don't think that would be a,
Is that why that,
Yes.
Yeah.
all right.
First United.
I mean, if you look at the one that's out on Basil Boulevard, that line just wraps around, like, even though it's a bank lot, I don't think that, even if First United wasn't going in there, I don't think that would be a big enough space.
Now,
There's another one right across from the new one. Poplar Road and 55.
What?
There's an auto zone right there behind it.
That's what's
Is that
going
what
in
Cannabis
there?
Center
And a noodles. And
Noodles on
Noodles
can.
and Company?
yeah, some kind of a beauty salon, yeah.
I didn't know it was.
get you.
I was just in the auto zone, and I was like, new auto zone, yay. I don't know.
And I don't know if this has any impact on anything, but we did have one person call and ask for information, so he represents, a certain property in our town. So, I don't know if he's interested in that.
Over in West Virginia, Charlestown particularly, I saw that they have a couple of dispensaries in there, as in, they have they sell the weed and they also sell the drinks, but that's as far as they go. They can't sell it like in Walmart or anything like that, although it's coming.
I think it does, yeah, because as the guy from the state said, the restrictions are changing constantly.
Yeah.
He's like, you can put this in place, but within a year it'll be obsolete.
Yeah.
So,
If you all have any questions? Anything else?
everything else, we just need it to be in place by July 1st, so, by passing it today, I believe, yeah, it'll be effective in 20 days, so.
Good.
But I think you do have to pass it today.
Hearing no other discussion, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carries. Thank you. We'll